Well, happy Monday, everyone. This is Greg Dixon, your chief enabler for Shared Visions Unlimited, publishing, marketing, music, and fun, whatever you need. So here today's topic is, let's see here. Okay, I got to save it first. Then I can just show it. There we go. Okay, the Golden Video Podcast and Webinar Marketing. The idea here is to be seen everywhere. I've got an article that I'm going to show you in a few minutes, but I'm gonna go back a little while and tell you a bit about the background about Shared Visions Unlimited, because you may have noticed I've offered a thing called the Golden Publishing Sales Machine, Golden Course Sales Machine, and I've helped publish books, encourage people to write and publish books, and it may seem like it's something different, but in some ways it's not really. So I'm gonna pop up an overlay here. I created, probably haven't talked about for a few years. Let's see if I can find it right here. Yeah. Okay. I called this the success wheel. And basically the whole idea with this is a lot like magnetic marketing from John Kennedy, is you have some kind of offer, service, it may be a product. Product could be a book, it could be online course, anything like that. Then you have attraction. How do you get people into that offer? And then you have a delivery. How do you deliver that? And then create some retention. So that was the idea behind the publishing, the Golden Publishing Sales Machine. Is if you came to me with an idea for a book, I'd help you with the book, and then I'd suggest, well, we should also create a membership course to go with it. And if you came with a course, I'd suggest creating a membership program and also a book. And all of this is all of that was always supported by a lot of far and wide and deep marketing efforts. So the idea is to be seen everywhere, is to be on all the platforms. So often what'll happen is I'll start with a blog post, which I've optimized for search engines and now the AI engines. And then I'll submit that to Google Search Console. And then I'll set up, basically I'll set up a podcast or a broadcast. So what I mean, I call this a video. I call it a broadcast, but people would call it a video podcast. And the idea is I'm streaming this out into LinkedIn, YouTube, some social media platforms, Facebook. Later, I can take this video and send it off to Instagram and some other platforms that StreamYard doesn't do directly, and get the word out everywhere. So if I've done this consistently, I've launched stuff like even the Breakfast Investing Club, created a website, created some blogs, did another number of videos and posts, and generated traffic and generate traffic from scratch. And I've had the fairly good success doing this. If I have something like concert tickets or theater tickets. So the whole magic of this is if you have something that people want, you really just have to put your offer out in front of as many people as possible. And so, and collectively, I put out a couple of posts, couple of broadcasts every week. And I've been doing this for years. Bonnie and I have been putting out stuff with Healthy Wealthy Camper for a long time. And what happens is people get online and they start searching, and then you show up, and it says you show up. Like if you search for Greg Dixon marketing or Greg Dixon writing or Greg Dixon music on social media, you'll get a bunch of listings. The listing could be something on YouTube, maybe a LinkedIn interview, something on LinkedIn. The blog post, almost for sure, the blog post will show up in the listing. Could be the podcast, because often what I'll do is if it's audio, mostly audio featured, I will go and I'll put it up through Buzzsprouts. Yeah, there we go. That's the word. And it syndicates out to Apple Podcasts, the Amazon platform, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and a bunch of others that I haven't really heard of. But I'll just put it out there. The advantage of a podcast is people can subscribe, especially like an Apple podcast, they can subscribe. And every time you put something out, they get a notice that, oh, Greg's. So what the idea with this offer here, I'm going to go back to my banners. Where are my banners? There we go. So the golden video podcast and webinar marketing. So my idea with the golden publishing sales machine is that I would help people publish those things, publish the book, publish lead magnets, publish video, publish these podcasts and broadcasts, and also and a course and help create a membership course. But I have some clients who basically have come to me recently and they have everything. They have the book, they've got the landing page, they've got the course already. They just need people, they need people to send it to them and sign up. So one of the ones, the collaborations I'm going to do pretty soon is so we're going to do a regular weekly podcast, a broadcast. It's mostly on a topic. And then we're going to set up some a group coaching session, a group mastermind session. And we'll see if we can generate traffic and generate an interest in his program. So it's going to take a while. The first couple of times, probably the first couple of weeks, we'll get maybe our friends and family to come, but eventually it will go far and wide and people will see it. And I know this works because somebody made an appointment with me to talk about investing, real estate investing, from something I had broadcast over 2 years ago with Maurice Thomas Jr. So these kinds, they're online and they're kind of evergreen. If they show up in the searches, people, if they're searching for what you're offering, it could come. And you don't need to necessarily worry about whether it's basically current or not, as long as you're still offering. Like this golden publishing sales machine thing, I've been offering for a few years. I've had a few clients for it. And I'm just going to take this overlay off the screen here. And yeah, so it's been going for quite a while. So without further ado, let's go take a quick look at the article. I'm not going to read it for you. I'm just going to go let you see what's in it. And there's some stuff that's worthwhile going back later and going to check it out. There's some videos embedded in there that are pretty good. So let's go to, I'll go to here. So that should look familiar. and here, I'm just outlining, this kind of thing. If your services, we use to promote your service, a book, course, membership program, product, could be an event. And so here, this is what I just went over. You're winning the online presence game. And I just went through a little bit of what I do on a daily basis and what I can do for you. And, Woody Allen says 80% of success is showing up. And that's a famous quote. Basically, just keep on doing it. Even if you're not that comfortable being on camera or writing posts or whatever it is, the more you do it, the more comfortable you are. And everything you put out there goes into the pool, and it'll eventually people will find you. They'll know about you. So what I sometimes say is, if you're at a networking meeting and you've met somebody, almost for sure they're going to go check out your LinkedIn profile, and then they're going to do a search. And so it helps if they put your name in there and then whatever it is they're looking for and see what you've got. So ideally, you've got a video, or you've got an article or something related to what they're looking for. And going back to the success here, we've been doing these online broadcasts for quite a long time. I'm using StreamYard and we get some of them. We have, maybe a couple hundred views, many in the thousands. And this is the last year for, this is just LinkedIn. It doesn't include YouTube or Facebook or any of the other platforms. LinkedIn is by far my favorite platform. It's where people engage in my content a lot more. And went along and see, we've had in the last year 68,190 impressions. And you can see there's a big spike, and says, well, why, why that spike? Anyway, I did an interview with Mick Delavie, somebody I've known for over 40 years. I helped him out with a Beatles tribute band that he was with Rocket Norton in, and I helped with the show a little bit. And anyway, so I invited him to talk about his music experience a while ago, and we got 37,577 impressions and counting. It's probably more. I'm just, in the article here, I've made a guess about why that is. And I suggest because there's a severe amount of name dropping here, and and people search for those things and they end up with the interview. A lot of people know Mick personally. I work with somebody, Susan at Grand Connections. I mentioned Mick, and she said, "Oh, he helped her with her album." I didn't know that Susan had created an album, so I learned something new every day. And the other thing is, it has worked. We had Steve Brosman, is somebody in Australia, and he was a guest on our show with Bonnie and I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And he said that was the first podcast he was ever on. And then he created a program, wrote a book on monetizing podcasts. And about a year ago, he's on the show again, put out his opt-in link for a program he is offering. And he sent me some money. So I guess some people signed up on the basis of the show. So it works. Yeah. So you may have noticed online, if you're of all inclined to subscribe to newsletters from marketers, you probably get a lot of invitations. People like Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, Dean Grazioli, Kim Walsh-Phillips, Jeff Walker, and others to get involved with some kind of summit or challenge or how to whatever webinar. And you say, well, okay, that's a lot. And most of them are free. The formula is generally you can register for free, and then you might have a VIP thing which is inexpensive, and then they send you a bunch of stuff, let you maybe even talk to the host or whatever. And you say, well, why, how can they afford to do that for free? Well, they make a lot of money. So here, I'm a member of Kim Walsh-Phillips' Powerful Professionals group. I've been doing things with that group for a long time. And I came across this video in an interview with somebody explaining how they generated $1.2 million in an hour. And so they didn't get the money all at once, but overall, between people signing in for a sort of an easy offer and then working up the ascension rung, paid for something a little bit more. And then some of those people ended up being high-end coaching clients. So that's the way these kinds of things work. And I have done quite a lot of coaching of people for presentations over the years. I worked with a number of professional speakers, and I can help you. I've got some webinar templates that you can use, and again, it's just practice. So I have had a number of people who just get on a StreamYard session. It's not broadcast out, but we just practice their presentation, record it, and then it may end up as an introduction to something on their website, something like that. So I can help you with that. Again, here I mentioned earlier that if you come to me with a book, I'm going to suggest sort of coaching and membership programs. And if you come to me with a a course, I'll suggest a book. So the whole idea here is to put your stuff out everywhere and create the magnetic marketing, magnetic attraction all over there. So part of this thing is you get people to see you, know you, and trust you, and you become the authority in your niche. So that's the main thing. So here's my offer. So again, I'm assuming that the people who are interested in this offer are fairly well down the road. They've got a lot of things in place. So if they've got a landing page for their offer, I'll help improve it and or create a new one if you don't have one. And if you have a site for blogging, that's perfect. But if you need it, I'll create one and optimize your YouTube channel or create a new one. And then we'll put together a funnel which has a bunch of moving pieces, including some email sequences once they've signed up. And the whole idea is to keep in contact with people. Um, I followed people for years before I signed up for any paid program. And Jeff Walker one time said he had somebody who was on his mailing list for at least 10 years, never said a thing, then all of a sudden signed up for a $10,000 program. So you don't know, people aren't ready. And then when they're ready, they're ready. So you just keep in touch, keep on top of mind, keep going. And something will resonate. And so this is kind of a ridiculous offer here. I have people say I shouldn't even offer this, but basically start for $388 for the first month and then $188 per month after that. And if it's not working for you, you can cancel. You can just stop at any time. No harm, no foul. Just kind of move on, say thank you. And if I manage to create something that generates a whole lot of money so if I manage to create something that generates $1 million out of this campaign, then be generous. Use my tip jar. Send me some money. Send me some thanks. So anyway, and there's a button there to make an appointment with me. Come and talk with me. And anyway, here's a whole pile of stuff about why I'm the best person to do this. For one, I've been doing marketing for a long time, and I paid quite a lot of money for courses with Dave D, Kim Walsh-Phillips, Dan Kennedy, and that I have access to every course created by the American Writers and Artists Institute. That's AWI. Gone to a couple of boot camps. Got just about everything Jeff Walker's ever created. And I followed a lot of stuff from Rich Sheffron and Russell Brunson. And I have a bunch of tools. I spend a small fortune on tools every month in order to do miraculous things. So anyway, so I've got a lot of ways to help you. So if you're interested at all, I'm going to go back here. I've got yeah. So if any of that resonates with you, just let me know. I think I've got a comment set up here. Yeah, there we go. The full article is at sharedvisions.com/sales-machine. So really, but you can consider talking to me about whatever you need. So I can help you with the book. I can help you with the course, help you with create webinars, help you create weekly blog posts, email sequences, and we'll get online. Like the collaborator I'm talking with, we're going to do something once a week, every week as much as possible. We're probably going to record it in advance so that just in case something goes wrong or we don't have the time. So if we're going to do it, say 9 o'clock Pacific every Friday, then maybe we might be traveling and we might be busy, might be doing other things, but we'll pre-record it and put it out there. And then one of the things that we're talking about is having a low-cost group coaching session where people can come see a bit, we'll present one small idea, and then we'll have a discussion about it, and people can come up with questions about how to implement it in their business, how to have success with it. So let's see here. I got a little thing here there we go. So you can see that again, you can see the article at sharedvisions.com/sales-machine. And the video, the Kim Walsh-Phillips video with Justin Guarini, it's really worthwhile. It's fairly long, but if you go and listen to that throughout the whole thing, a lot of the ideas I've been talking about here are also reiterated in that video. So it's just just not be hallucinating and being crazy about this stuff. This is based on what real successful marketers do, and I'm hoping we can help you launch yourself, get people to know you, sign up for your products, book speaking engagements if that's what you want, whatever it is you want to promote. So that's all for now, and talk to you later.